Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Anime Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Matt, alongside with my other host, Lance. And I am so looking forward to this episode.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
When we were thinking about what we were going to cover, I was like, man, we need to cover this. We haven't done it yet. So it's really excited about this episode. And to give a quick rundown of what we will be covering today, it is Season 2 of Hell's Paradise, and we are going to be following Gabimaru and crew as they attempt to escape the island and also find the elixir of life.
Yep, that's what's happening here.
And then Lance, you have a pretty interesting Lance's Lessons today. I'm curious what it is.
Today's Lance's Lessons is going to be the Japanese word for flower, and flower is hana. Hana is spelled H-A-N-A, and hana is relevant to today's episode because we get a lot of our tan through the flowers that take life energy away from, let's just say, life forces. Humans more especially, but yes, everybody has a life force.
Yeah.
And we learned that our special villains are basically half flowers, so that was interesting.
I mean, we kind of suspected that, but we did get confirmation.
Yeah, it was straight up told to us. Like, at nighttime, they're less powerful because flowers they're not open at night. Like, yeah, okay, there it is. So,
awesome.
Hana. And with every episode we cover, Matt likes to read the manga, so are there any differences between the anime and the manga? NANI?
Yes, there were. I'm going to start off by saying you have two start points when it comes to reading Season 2. I would suggest to start on Chapter 36 because there are the conversations with the shogunate. So basically the very first episode, the beginning of the first episode, happens on 36. So you get that conversation. You get a little bit of what happens at the end of Season 1. And then on Chapter 44 is when they start to proceed into Season 2.
Okay.
If you want to read all of Season 2, that's where you need to start. And then Season 2 ends on Chapter 89. And to give a little bit of background, so the series is over. Lance, you knew that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
With how far we are in the anime, I would have been super surprised. So I didn't know, but I suspected it.
Okay, yeah, it's been concluded for a while at this point. But there are 127 chapters, so you get about 38 chapters for the final season.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
No. One thing I will say is there was a couple things that they changed the order of how things proceeded, either combined the two events or maybe removed some events entirely. Not really removed, but just added some events entirely. So something that we do know about is all of the Asamon and I'm going to call them ninjas because I can't think of what they're actually called. But we know they're on the boat on the way to the island before Mai says, oh, we have all these people coming.
Mm-hmm.
So we just see them traveling sooner. Another thing is the ninjas talk about Gabimaru. Basically, that part changes. That happens much sooner. And then it stops before the Gabimaru's wife part. Like, we don't get any of that in the manga. The part where the ninjas talk about how Gabimaru has changed, that part happens sooner. And then, like, basically the reason as to why Gabimaru changed, which is, his wife, you don't see that. The manga doesn't have it at all. They might have it later, but as far as what I've read so far, it's not in there at all.
So those two scenes where he's coming home to her and she's like, well, I haven't killed anyone today. And the next one's like, don't look at me. I'm bloody. I'm going to scare you. Neither of those scenes happen?
Correct.
Interesting.
It's one of those things where you can just kind of infer that he's changed because, he has a wife. This, I like the fact that they give us more of a visual representation of how he's changed.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that.
And then another change is you do see Yuzuriha explaining how to hide yourself, mask yourself, however you want to talk about it. And then the funny thing is, so Gen Tensui, the
dragon sword guy,
Lefty. Yes. He It's funny. You see him, like, quote unquote, trying to go invisible. And then the next panel is him just staring, like, behind Yuzuriha, like his face in her butt. It's like, oh man, that's funny.
Okay. For him, what they did to him in this season, that would have totally been something that they could have done, and it would have just been funny.
Yes, but they just, like, none of the they made the explanation of, like, the masking your presence and all of that stuff that Gabimaru and Yuzuriha do. They made it like a minute long total versus probably like 5-10 minutes. They could have dragged it out.
Yeah, right.
It's just one of those things where you get some, you got to take some stuff away. Another thing, this might have been something I missed, but Shugen, the reason why he is so adamant about killing all of the criminals is because he believes that they are the reason why the Asuman are dead. Like, not because of the island, but because of the criminals that killed. He believes the criminals are the one that killed them, not the island.
And he went to this island believing that information?
No, but when they landed, they saw all these things. Oh. And basically, one of the other Asuman was like, this looks to be done by a human. Mm-hmm. So that's why he believes that it was the criminals and not potentially the island.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, he's very... Yeah, he believes what he wants to believe.
Yeah.
Something that's kind of funny. So you see Yuzuriha wear glasses to, like, make herself seem smart when she's talking about explaining things. Well, they do the same thing to Gabimaru.
Yep.
Okay, so then I missed that, which is...
Yeah, I chuckled because I didn't expect Gabimaru to do it, but they did it back to back. I was like, oh, okay, this is a nice little fun scene.
Yeah, basically exactly how it happens in the manga. And then you do see Ren, is it the purple-haired Tengen?
Oh, the original Tengen?
Yes. Is it Ren or Ren or Rain?
Ron.
Oh,
wait. Rain. Sorry, yeah. Ron is the Tengen that fights Gabimaru.
Yes.
But Rain is the one that's calling all the shots.
Yeah, so you see Rain give the Grandmaster the elixir of life. Like, he basically presents it to him.
Okay.
And he basically was like, this isn't... We believe... I want to say he says... we have created the elixir. We just need yada, yada, yada. Or the final ingredients, I think is what he says.
Okay.
So then you see him present. You don't see the Grandmaster, though. You see his shadow, but you don't see him specifically.
Okay, because obviously that was going to beg the next question. Like, okay, so Grandmaster is alive? Is he in like some...
I mean, he appears to be alive. He was standing.
Right, okay. All right, because we could go as far as, like, Dr. Stone is like he in some state of animation where he's not alive, but they just kept him there to without saying petrification, but anything.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know because
we don't know where he is. We've never seen him. So. The other thing is you don't actually see Gabimaru inject himself with that bud, the flower bud. You just see it in his hand, and then the next panel he's up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you kind of just have to infer.
Yeah, but
I think that might be easy to miss.
It's one of those things where, like, the statement before was he will do anything to get back to his wife or get off this island, something along those lines. And then you see him laying there with the flower in his hand, and then the next page, because the page is over, the next page is where you see him standing and fighting and his wound healing.
Okay. It's always hard to take those at face value because it's scenes exactly like that where you can find out like half a season later that he never actually injected himself and it was just willpower alone that got him through. Yep. It's like he's dying. He's not going to make it. Why did he have to stab himself? Oh, turns out I never actually stabbed myself.
No. You don't heal like that. The same thing that happens to Chobi where you get the vines and stuff across his face. Mm-hmm. You still see those. So it's very obvious that he stabs himself. This I could have very easily missed as well. You get to see the names of all the attacks with Yuzuriha and Gabimaru against Rain when they're trying to do the, like, all the fire and basically mess with his eyes.
Oh, they gave
names to all of it. And there's like 10 different things by both of them.
Okay. I know Gabimaru was definitely throwing out like 3 or 4 different ones. It's not like they like threw the kanji out on the screen like some anime do.
Yeah.
That's Ron, not Rain.
Yeah, Ron. Yes. Yuzuriha has way more scars on her body. Basically, like it's not every inch of her body has like has scars, but every part of her body has scars.
Okay.
So you just see like the front of her chest, the side of her chest, like all down her sides. Like she is much more scarred than the anime makes you believe.
Okay.
Which that's something I want to talk about. Gen Tensu Sai's backstory, 3 pages.
Yeah, just 3?
3 pages. Almost all of it was like, basically you see him talking to the old man, they do some stuff, and then he's an adult. Like, it's way faster.
I guess I can understand, though.
Yes. Shion. His mother in the manga, which this could be a translation thing, says that he's a bastard child of a master swordsman versus the anime that says his father was a master swordsman that died in the war or something like that.
Okay, so just a little bit of a difference.
It's one of those things where it makes more sense as to why they're poor versus why they're not poor.
Yeah, actually, now that you say it that way, a bastard child is definitely more believable to be more poor. Yeah.
Yes. All the Tensen lost almost at the exact same time. Like, that is called out by
the dude reading the book?
Guifa, G-U-I. Guifa, yes. Yeah, he's like, oh, that's surprising. All the Tensen lost at the same time. And then like he gets up and walks away.
Okay.
You get more of a backstory of Gabimaru, so I'm hoping we get this in season 3, so I'm not really going to talk about it. The only thing is you find out that Gabimaru is an alias.
Oh, you know what? With you saying that, it makes complete sense because the girl is being kind of known as Gabimaru, and the dude's like, come back and claim your name as the rightful name as Gabimaru.
Yes, you find out what the tradition is behind the name.
Okay.
Again, I'm hoping we kind of get a backstory episode of this so that we get it, because it'd be very interesting to see like child Gabimaru.
Uh-huh.
And then something that you see is that the girl, the one that is infatuated by Gabimaru, I just call her Gabi in my notes because they're both Gabimaru.
Yeah, right.
She actually killed other people that were training with Gabimaru, and you'll find out why hopefully in season 3.
Okay.
So she's fucking nuts. And then Gabi stayed to fight Rain because she knew that Gabimaru would eventually get there.
Okay, makes sense.
So that was her intention in fighting him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay, nice. Nothing crazy. Would like to know more backstory now that you've, kind of shared that there is more information that we are definitely going to get.
Hopefully.
I guess hopefully, yeah.
If we get through season 3 and we don't get the backstory, I can talk about it.
Sure. Fair enough.
Yeah. I really want to see the backstory because it's interesting. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
And yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, now that we are approaching the end and we are in our second season, has your favorite character changed?
I don't remember who I said my favorite character was in season 1.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
I didn't.
It's been like 3 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I don't remember who I said, but I have a slight idea. I don't remember. Screw it. I don't remember. Who are you choosing anyway?
I'm going to pick... I'm pretty sure we both picked Gabimaru last time.
Might have been. He was an easy choice. He's pretty badass.
Gabimaru is a very easy choice. I would completely agree with that one. If I had to give basically a shout out to a second character, I'm pretty sure I did this last time too, but I really liked Yuzuriha in this one. She was more of a character, which was nice.
Oh yeah.
You find out that she's, willing to sacrifice herself for basically the betterment of everybody else. You get the oh shit moment at the end of the season, and just her personality is fun, which just makes it more enjoyable because everybody's so serious.
Mm-hmm.
And you need somebody in a series like this who is genuinely just a more happy-go-lucky personality, which you find out that, it's kind of bullshit, but that's fine.
Yeah.
What about you? Who's your I guess who's your second? Because everybody knows it's Gabimaru.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to choose him.
Yeah, he's too badass. Well,
to give a second, it is kind of hard because after rewatching this season to prepare for this episode,
yep,
I appreciated like basically everybody so much more.
Okay, that's good.
Which is going to make for a good talk for everyone else because I can fanboy about almost everybody. But I am kind of leaning more towards Chobe.
Okay, interesting.
The blonde-haired brother.
The bandit.
I thought he's just simply just a badass.
Fair.
I loved his drive the entire time.
Okay.
I loved the idea of me thinking like he's just a good combination between like Ichigo and Bakugo put together. That's all I can think about between those two. A lot more of the Ichigo comes from Chobe's transformation when his skin turns like all black and then his clothes are all ripped up. He just looks like he went straight Bankai. And I think that look was just super badass.
Yes.
So that look alone really makes me like him.
Okay.
And you can see that I know his brother was like, he's manipulating people more towards the end of the season.
Yep.
But there was like a sincerity about him, about like appreciating his brother's growth.
Yeah, that was the only honest part of him the entire season.
But ultimately, it's just that he's just a badass, and I love his character design when he's in his like transformed state.
Okay.
Looks so cool.
The bottle of water, or bottle 10, the water 10 ton that he shoves down his throat. I immediately thought of oh man, now I'm drawing a blank. Chainsaw Man. What is his name? Denki. Yes. Let me just double. Denji.
Close.
Yes. 100% just saw Denji. I was like, yep, that looks exact. With like
very good one.
The jagged teeth.
Oh, everything. Yep.
And then his like just weird smile as he's shoving it down his throat. It was so funny.
Yeah. Very, very strange thing to do. And of course we can nitpick that. Like, one, obviously that's not going to work in real life. And two, if he gets like punched or damaged, I think can shatter inside him. Yeah,
but it's non-hindrance because he's not fire, so it doesn't matter.
Right, there's that too.
It's a calculated risk, I guess you could say.
And it worked out.
Yes, it did. But yeah, when I saw that, when I saw it both times on the anime, and then when I saw it in the manga, I just laughed because I was like, yeah, that's Denji.
Oh yeah, totally agree. My next shout out would be...
Well, do you want to talk about Gabimaru before we start talking about other characters?
Yeah, let's gush over Gabimaru for a second.
Okay. So his attacks were so much fun.
Aesthetic Blaze is just so explosively awesome, so animatedly beautiful.
Yes. And then, you almost had a double growth in the character because you got him without his memories, which I thought was a really interesting way to get somebody to lose their memories, is basically overexerting their
Tao.
Yeah,
I 100% agree. That was just great writing in general because Tao is so important to everything, how you move, what you are capable of doing. And then there is a consequence to overusing it. Not just death, but like memory loss. So I thought that was perfect.
Yes. And then the way that they basically bring it back is with Sagari.
Bochu Jutsu-esque kind of.
Yes. Basically, she pins him down. It's like, man, I don't remember you being this weak. And then, basically just pins him down, and through touch, she was able to kind of help bring his Tao up enough where he can function again.
Yeah. On my first watch through, I really didn't connect any of those dots together. Like, he was with memory loss, he's doing this little struggle, and then very shortly after, he's coming back too. And I was a little confused on my first watch through. Everything's happening so fast. But the second watch through, I'm like, oh, everything's making sense.
Yep. I thought that was really good. And then it shows that because everybody wants to put them into this like actual relationship, but they more have a very good mutual respect for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And you can help each other through mutual respect. You don't always have to have this sexual type of or romantic type of relationship in order to help people.
I agree. And yeah, they're really pushing that, making it obvious that it doesn't have to be romantic. Gabimaru is bringing up his wife.
Yes.
Almost every episode, which is really funny that Yuzuri was like, oh, pulling the wife card again, huh?
Yes. I really liked that part. I liked his kind of multiple arcs that he had, because then, he had the sacrificing himself. And then, of course, he transforms and comes back with the bud of the flower.
Mm-hmm. With the bud, just like Chobei, I am super looking forward to a form that Gabimaru will hopefully take on.
You think he's going to take on a form?
Yeah, I would like to imagine that he's going to adopt some form of his plant transformation, become badass, probably come close to dying and losing himself to it, like Chobei was constantly reminding himself of, just keep conscious the entire time. But Chobei has transformation. I'd like to see it in Gabimaru.
Okay.
We don't have to go as far as the Tensen. Like, those guys have insane transformations, and obviously we learned multiple times that these guys have been training for thousands of years.
Yes.
Definitely hundreds.
Thousands. Yeah. And it was like 2,000, I think 2,000 years.
Okay. And plus their Tao is just insane to begin with. So can't put them on the same level as a gigantification, awesome ass transformation, but a quick body morph is going to be more than enough. Okay.
I have a feeling we're not going to get a badass transformation like Chobei. Yes.
Okay.
Because Chobei lost control. And I don't think Gabimaru is going to lose control. Because that was essentially what spurred his transformation.
Right. He goes right to the edge, but Chobei was able to do that form twice, I think.
Yes. I think he did it three times.
3 times, yeah. He was able to tap back into it.
Yes, but the catalyst for him to transform was losing control.
Sure.
And I just don't think Gabimaru is going to let himself lose control, because I think he's going to be more concerned about losing his self.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just has too strong of a will to get taken over.
That's fair, because he also made that comment that Chobei he didn't just have something to lose, he had something to fight for.
Yes.
And which is essentially the same thing, but it's just how poetic you want to be in the moment. And Gabimaru's in the same boat.
Yep.
He's going to choose to fight for and live for his wife.
Yes.
Who we still at this moment don't have 100% confirmation that she is in fact real. So with that being said, do you think Yui, I think her name was, do you think Yui's real, or do you think that his ninja clan was implanting those images?
Give me 1 second. Yes, Yui. I believe she's real.
I'm right there with you. I do think Gabimaru, I mean, obviously, illusions are one thing, but Gabimaru, he doesn't have a way with words, but he was able to describe exactly the little things that he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, seems sincere to us viewers.
Yes, there's that. And I will be honest, and I think that if she wasn't real, I might toss a table, be mad kind of thing. His whole purpose for basically who he's become is because of this wife.
Mm-hmm.
Why would the ninja clan create a fake person that strong that he essentially learned how to have emotions?
Right.
That makes less sense than giving him a wife.
I can understand maybe if that leader, his goal was to essentially get rid of Gabimaru. Maybe he tried to do it. Since he knows he can't defeat him, maybe he'd give him a wife so that he can focus on her and then pass on the title of Gabimaru.
But the wife happened before he wanted to get rid of Gabimaru.
Right.
So it still wouldn't make any sense to Well,
I guess I was just saying that was step one of slowly knocking him down a tier so he's no longer relevant.
Okay, so this is a small spoiler. Basically, he was that's the prodigy, that's the one greatest Gabimaru ever.
Uh-huh.
So that's the only reason why I wouldn't think that, is because why would you brand him as the greatest Gabimaru ever and then be willing while in his prime to try and get rid of him?
The only thing I would say is just fear of the leader not holding his power anymore by any means.
Yeah, but not trying to shit on your thoughts, but
I'm just throwing stuff out there. I'm not trying to fight for
this. He has no worries of Gabimaru because Gabimaru has no emotion. So Gabimaru only does what he was told, at least at that point.
Yeah, I was going to say that next is he's a warrior. He's a whatever. He's going to follow orders. And much like the rest of the ninjas, if they ordered him to die, then he would have died.
Correct.
Maybe except Gabimaru, especially in season 1, episode 1, where like he wanted to die and he just couldn't.
I think it's Iwakami. I think that's the clan.
Okay. Sounds that word's familiar,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't see it. I also don't want him and Saguri, to end up together because I want them to have a mutual like friendship, not relationship.
I agree.
So do you believe, I guess you kind of said it, you believe that Yui is alive or is a real person as well?
Yeah. I think this will be a happy ending kind of a story.
Okay. So at that rate, you think they're going to get off the island somehow?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, we're approaching the final battle to a degree, and we can speculate a little bit more, and especially knowing that the season has come to a conclusion, this could have gone, what's going to happen in the next season could have gone way worse, and I assume that the butterflies and the Tensen aren't going to reach mainland Japan and just screw everything up. I think everything's going to be concluded on this island in the next season, because definitely could have got a lot more content if shit went wrong back in Japan.
Yes, I agree. Like if they wanted to just elongate the series, easily could have figured out a way to get like a boat full of these butterflies out.
Mm-hmm.
And then even if all of the Tensen did die, then, you still have the opportunity to create more Tensen.
Definitely. Yeah, because you can start from scratch just like they did.
The Grandmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. Because the series is over and we only have, we'll say 40 chapters left. Yeah, that would be kind of crazy. They would like to chase a boat and then kill all the butterflies, and that's how the series ends. Like, that'd be kind of weird.
A little bit.
That'd be a strange ending. So I can't see that one happening.
That being said, I could kind of see like how Attack on Titan kind of ended, like where there is just this tiny seed of things continuing in the future, like we were just talking.
Yep.
So maybe the main problem and the Tensen are all taken care of, and the island still exists. I mean, this isn't today's kind of stuff where they're just going to nuke the island and everything and will evaporate.
Yep.
Unless Gabimaru just goes absolutely crazy and sets the entire world or island on fire,
yep.
Which isn't too out of the realm of being possible. But I still like the idea that like one butterfly continues to survive or something like that.
Well, maybe Gifa escapes.
Yeah, he didn't want to be.
He wanted nothing to do with any of
battles. Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, we have this one Tensen. What happens in 1,000 years? Like if they wanted to do a spin-off and 1,000 years from whenever this series ends, boats start arriving again.
Yeah, right?
Could be.
Yeah, because they can be like today's standards, like Japan's all modernized, and then just this boat of flowers washes on shore, and then that's the end of the series. Like, damn.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of an ending.
Ooh,
that'd be crazy.
Like that ending.
That'd be absolutely crazy. Like could you imagine if they like the mangaka couldn't decide on an ending, and it was like this ending, and then whatever the ending for the series is, it's like bonus alternate ending, and then you just read, and there's your bonus alternate ending. That'd be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I'd really like that. I doubt that's what's going to happen, but I think it'd be really fun. Speaking of things, did you get the name of the one person that they checked that was dead?
Oh, when the second crew first arrived?
Yep.
They did say it. I don't remember exactly who it was.
Yes, and it's our good friend at the Warped. Well, they said Twisted, but Twisted Kayun, which is William Ofebu.
Okay.
That was his character. I was like, oh, hey, that's funny. That's what are the odds that we have a interview with him and he just his character gets a shout out in season 2 after he died almost immediately in season 1.
Yeah, he also got brought up when the Tensen were drawing those talismans.
Yeah, that's what I was talking. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, you were okay. I thought you meant when what's that new badass guy's name from
Shugen?
I think it is Shugen. I just want to find him.
Shugen. Yes, Shugen.
When Shugen and his crew and all the ninjas arrived on the island, he called out to an Asaman, and the one he was doing the prayers over.
Yep.
I thought that's who you meant at first.
Okay.
I don't remember which one that was that he was praying over, but obviously it was someone respected. And
it was one of the... He was praying over the Asuman. So not necessarily, it wouldn't be Twisted Kayun because he was one of the criminals.
Yeah, he was definitely a criminal. So another shout out to some characters that I truly appreciated.
Okay.
I loved Gen Tetsusai, and I loved his partnership with Fuchi, the blonde-haired Asaman.
Okay. Yes.
They were a lot of fun together. They're always going back and forth. They did have a lot of like crossovers between their personalities and what they liked.
Yes.
Just every time they were on the screen, it was always a good time. And again, Tetsusai, dude just exploded with all of my interests. He was super funny.
Yes.
Especially with his like sexual comments. There was a handful of those, always just like blatantly out there and just funny. And his craziness for how he understood how to view
like
Tao.
My favorite moment with him was when Taufa comes down and like she gets in her pose and he's just like, God damn, she's got just basically perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he's like, yeah, I love these. And then Fuchi was like, yeah, I'd love to see her organs.
Like, I'd love to see her inside. It's like, oh, you want to go deep.
Yeah, that part was super funny just because you get polar. Like, they are both very interested in her in completely different manners.
Yeah, right. Another funny line from Gen Tetsusai was when everybody got back together shortly after Gabimaru got his memories back.
Yep.
And I think it was Sagari. He was like really yelling at him, like, oh, with the great tits, I didn't spare a pair of balls.
Yes. That was
so
when Sagari was basically pinning Gabimaru down.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that one was really funny too. I like that one.
Good line, yeah.
Yeah, he has your good lines. He was a fun character. I really did like him. The willingness to rip out his own eyeball so that he could hopefully, at that point,
that was quite the gamble.
See the Tao. Tao.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely was a gamble. And then you understand why these characters survived because all of them adapt to what's going on almost immediately. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Gabimaru is in a world of his own when it comes to his adaptability, but even Gen Tetsusai,
yeah, it's a mouthful.
It is, can easily adapt to what's going on because he realizes like, oh, hey, if I can't see very well and I can't focus, like all it took was him kind of seeing Tao for him to be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is real. This is something that I know I need to like believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Because we found out earlier, basically him, Fuchi, and Narugi, the young girl. Narugai, okay, are too stubborn and won't believe anything they can't see.
Yeah.
Well, again, Tetsusai saw it and was like, oh, yeah, okay, here, let me rip my eyeball out so that I can actually see what's going on. And the whole slicing Taufa in half and completely missing. Like, I thought that he was going to hit Fuchi, like, just, like, his shirt or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd be like, oh, man, that was really close. You almost got me. Like, could just throw that line. But no, that's not what happened.
Yeah, that could have easily been just a fun little play around, but
yep.
That was a perfect slice.
Yeah, and I really liked that. I thought that was very good of him. And then his cleave, that giant cleave that he did against the combined Taufa and Jufa.
Mm-hmm.
To split them in half, I thought was super cool. I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah. All these battles in the end really were a lot of fun to watch.
Yes.
What was strange was we didn't see the like introduction battle of like the volcano hair Zujin,
yeah,
and
Shion
and Neuroguy. Like they were just.
She doesn't count. She didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
she was just there.
I guess it's okay that we didn't get to see their introduction battle because we saw the introduction battle of the others.
Mm-hmm.
And it might get a little boring if it's like kind of the same thing back to back. So.
And it was just, I feel like Zujin,
yeah.
Probably didn't really put up too much of a fight, like especially comparatively.
Mm-hmm.
In the manga, that's how you run into that fight is on like slice 200 and I think it was like 218 or something like that.
Yeah, that's how the anime started us off too.
So it was in parallel with the manga.
Okay.
Which I'm perfectly fine with because I feel like that's really good writing instead of just giving us back to back to back to back fights of essentially similar things. Gets kind of boring.
Right.
You're making it longer without giving you like good story.
Right. Yeah. So they did a good job. It was confusing at first, but
Yes.
you do understand and it's totally okay.
Yeah.
Because at first you're like, did I skip an episode? What's going on?
Yes, absolutely. And then, you get into, I think it's Rain that's like this fight. So the Zujin and Shion fight. Basically, he's like, we have nothing to worry about here because Zujin is water and I think Shion is wood or fire. I don't know. Basically, hinders. Yeah, he's wood. So he gets hindered or is hindered. I don't know. Doesn't really do anything to wood, which, okay, sure. And so, yeah, you just get them chopping up because, yes, Zujin is water. That is correct.
Which is kind of crazy with this volcano here. You'd think he'd be fire.
It's just a design choice.
Yeah. Sometimes animes are obvious.
Yeah, and I mean, especially I don't think the manga illustrates most, if any, like color illustrates most, if any, of the Tensen. So in reality, they were just director design choices with studio design choices.
Sure. It could be for a lot of them.
Yes. And I mean, you got to give them different colored hairs to kind of make them all different. Mm-hmm. Speaking of fights, which of the fights was your favorite? So we had Ron, Zujin, Talfa, and Jufa. We'll just say of those three.
Right. For all our listeners, let's break down who fought who. So Ron, he kind of had this. He was the yoga guy. He had like a purple flower thing in his hair for his hair.
Yeah,
he was fighting
martial arts expert.
Okay, yeah. And then he was fighting Gabimaru and Yuzuriha.
Yep.
And then we had the sex partners.
Yes.
Pink.
Bujutsu.
There it is, yeah.
Gochujutsu.
Pink-haired Talfa and blonde boy Jufa.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were fighting the four. So they were fighting with Chobe and Toma.
Yep.
Those two were specifically fighting Blondie Jufa.
Yep.
And then Talfa, Pink Girl, she was fighting Gentetsusai and Fuchi.
Yep.
And then we have Zujin, which is the volcano-haired person, and they fought Blind Boy Shion and Little Naru guy.
Yes.
So hopefully everyone was able to follow along with that. I tried using descriptions to bring everyone together.
You know what? I don't believe they say what kind of... They do say what kind of...
Attributes?
Not attributes, but like his... Zujin, like what he specializes in. Because we have one that specializes in like meditation. We have one that specializes in martial arts. But I think they said training. Like you have obviously our sexual partners, and then
there was a couple. That was through the backstory.
Yes.
Of them when they were all children and they were slowly being transformed into adults.
Yes.
Like, these are what you guys are going to focus on. So it was mentioned there. I didn't write any of that down.
No, this is all from memory, so I just gotta...
And then May was the one who was able to connect all the attributes that everyone was, which is basically a cheat code, because we could have gone into this blind, but she knew.
Yes. I mean, it didn't matter, but yes.
Yeah. That was pretty cool that everybody went in there basically 2-1.
Yep.
So it was 2 people from our side versus one of the Tensen.
And it was very much needed, except for the Zujin fights.
Yeah, Shion was the only one doing anything. Nurugai was just sitting back there, scared, watching. Not exactly scared, but there's nothing that she could do. What pissed me off about that, though, was in the end when Shion had Zujin skewered and all those vines were like going inside of him.
Yes.
I'm sitting there yelling at my TV like, Nurugai, you can at least like hack away at these little vines, help them out a little bit. Like, sure, you can get attacked too, but like you can keep a little bit of distance with your sword and just start swinging away, help them out.
Yes.
Help them start regenerate even slower yet.
Right? Something. Do something.
That annoyed me.
Yes. Before I forget, I believe Zujin was the meditation one.
Volcano hair was the meditation.
Yes, which would make sense. Water being still like water, kind of thing. Yeah, I completely agree. I kept being like, just hack at the vines, do something, please do something, and then I remembered that she doesn't do anything but run away and then come back.
Yeah, I'm a little split between. All of the fights were great.
Okay.
Damn. The first one that's popping in my head is I just really, really appreciated Pink Hair Talfa's fight with Gentetsu Sai and Fuchi. It was a really fun fight. I loved watching them realize how to sense their Tao and all that. So it was fun to watch that one. Talfa's a beautiful character to look at too, so a lot of fun stuff. And it was also kind of creepy, like every time she like throw a punch or give a kick, like she got all super muscular, and it was still funny.
It's like you're confused and aroused at the same time.
Yeah, right. I enjoyed that entire fight.
Yes, that one was a good one. Okay, I'll give you that.
And before I give my second favorite part, I'll let you say something.
Okay. I really liked the Ron, Gabimaru, and Yuzuriha fight.
Yeah, that was...
So...
I feel like that was more explosive, for sure.
Yes, because we had a lot of, like, just good action, but this brought more back to what really pulled me in from season 1.
Sure.
Of, like, the visual representations of the show. Mm-hmm. And I'll be the shonen fanboy on this episode.
Yeah.
My second, because I have 2 as well. My second one is not as flashy, but yes, this one was definitely my favorite, just because you got so much in that fight that it was absolutely insane. Because on top of getting Gabimaru to essentially push past his limits by cheating, but pushing past his limits, you got to see just what him as a prodigy really means, and that doesn't mean that he's just willing to go above and beyond everybody else. I really liked that one. And then the other part is you see Yuzuriha being willing to sacrifice herself for everybody else.
Yeah, that was a character development for her, for sure.
Yes.
She even calls it out herself, like, this isn't like you to put yourself in danger.
Yes.
And she made us all believe that she was actually going to die by herself right there. But
yeah, when you see her scars, I thought for sure she was dying. Especially because she's like, yeah, I've never let anybody see my scars. And then you see her scars and you're like, well, fuck. Okay, I guess, well, she's dead. Great, cool. And of course, she slumps over and the episode's over and you're like, oh, please don't be dead. Please don't be dead.
She gave us all a goodbye. And then...
and then 3 episodes later, she's back. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, because... one of my coworkers, we were talking about it, and we are like, you think she's dead? And we both agreed that, yeah, she's got to be dead, because there's no way that she's going to show her scars and then, oh, hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Which she did. That's exactly what she did. How dare you rip my favorite dress? That was the phrasing, I believe.
Yeah, and then it was super funny that Gabimaru was like, that's not even your dress.
Yes.
So yeah, fun lines there.
Yes.
My second most memorable, it's hard to say memorable.
Okay.
Because obviously, like, I agreed with you that was the most flashy, awesome fight.
Yes.
Oddly enough, isn't the first thing to come to my brain. But my next favorite little moment is I'm a huge sucker for awesome-ass transformations.
Okay.
And the Zujin fight with Blind Boy Shion, he's sitting there hacking away at the male version. He's dying. He's turning into, like, this skeleton, gross-looking clown thing.
Yes.
Really funny. But then after he jumps in the water, Zujin, and comes back out in the female form.
Yes.
And then they do their little transformation thing there.
Yep.
And then kind of turns into, like, this badass-looking Bankai dark elf thing. I'm like, that is such a badass look right there. And I fell in love with just that character design. So, love that one. Yes,
I do agree. I really enjoyed that. It's kind of funny. I really enjoyed that one, but for a different reason.
Oh, what's your reason?
The part where Shion's essentially sacrificing himself because you see all the regret that he has because he essentially didn't do more. You had the Asaman Tenzin where...
Dumb boy?
Yep. Where he was revering of Tenza, not Tenzin. Tenza.
Yeah.
And you see all the regret that Shion has that he didn't essentially do more. He did the right thing when he wished he wouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And the regret that he had for essentially not helping the person he looked up to the most.
Mm-hmm. I love that backstory too, by the way.
Yes.
Like, of course, with Tenza in season 1, we got his backstory. Great backstory of him being a shit kid and learning how to, mature.
Yes.
But then through Shion's eyes, he looked up to his own student because he was the one who was more open with himself, and where Shion kept his origins as a secret from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that parallel.
The mangaka does a fantastic job of bringing like real emotions into the series because, people have that where you have these people that might be your students or just somebody under you that you respect and kind of want to be like because of various reasons. And that's a realistic thing. So Shion was more willing to push himself and sacrifice himself because he believed that Tenza was miserable and sad for sacrificing himself, when you come to find out that he was more than willing and happy that he could give his life to make sure that Shion and Narugai. I'll get her name wrong every time because I never say it. Her, so that they could escape from Zujin.
Right.
And just kind of, I really liked that part specifically of the fight where he was like, the pain that I'm experiencing now is nothing like what Tenza experienced, so I can suffer through this.
Right. Yeah. And of course, we always love, I don't want to say a rivalry, but a payback kind of a fight. What's the better word I'm looking for?
Revenge.
Of course, that's
it was an R at least.
Yeah, I was almost there. A revenge story for Tenza taking care of Zujin.
Yes, absolutely. Before we continue, I think now is a good time for a break.
Hey everyone, just taking a moment to tell you guys about our other podcast, Dnd Noobz. Follow us on our shenanigans as we try to save Earth from some monstrous priests. Find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Just search Dnd Noobz, that's Noobz. And now back to our episode.
And welcome back from our break. Now that we kind of wrapped up all the main fights, we're getting to like the final fight, and that's going to be with all of the ninjas versus basically all of the underlings of the Tensen.
Okay.
So that's pretty interesting. And then in the background, we're going to have like the true ultimate fight.
Okay.
And I think there's going to be two, actually, now that we were talking about like their leader, not purple-haired Rain.
The Grandmaster.
I think he's obviously going to be of importance to the final couple episodes. But I think we're gonna have two like true big fights, and that's gonna be obviously Rain.
Yes.
And what we saw at the end with Zhu Jin's head floating down some water, and then it growing some vines and going up a ladder, and then coming up to the big white plant. I already forgot the name of that plant, but
yes,
he clearly fused himself with that plant and busted out.
Yes.
And became quite
one
noticed.
With the plant. Yes.
So that's going to be a very interesting fight. So I just want to bring those kind of into focus because we kind of assume that all of the Tensen like died during these fights, but then Zujin just happened to live, and it kind of seems like everyone else is just dead, which I guess kind of makes sense because blind Shion just left him kind of skewered anyway. So
yes.
Got to keep that in mind too.
Banko.
The Banko plant, yeah.
Yes.
So those are going to be some very interesting fights in the future.
I agree. We're also going to have the head of the Asumon, the fight against Shugen.
Oh, Shugen too, yeah.
Do you think he's going to be a separate fight, or do you think he's going to be convinced in one way or another?
Yeah, that's where I was going to lean. I think we'll have some kind of confrontation with Shugen,
Okay.
Maybe he'll run into Gabimaru, and then like some backup will come, and then we'll realize that the true enemy is going to be the rest of the Tengen.
Okay.
And then Shugen just has to work together in order for everyone to come out, and then he just, I don't know, shuts up because he's very one way about how he sees the world.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I want to believe he can change, but I don't think he's going to. So I think something's going to happen to him.
You think he'll end up dying?
Yes, because he won't change.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of who he is he doesn't change. And that's what makes him so strong, is that he's just so within his convictions that he won't change. And I think that's going to be to his detriment. Now, does he die protecting everybody? I could see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the very end, he finally comes to the realization that, you know, the Asuman and the criminals banded together to win, and it took him essentially needing to sacrifice it, or like it took him until the very end, and then he sacrifices himself in order for everybody to get away. I could see something like that happening.
Yeah, sure.
But I feel like he isn't going to change, and I think he is who he is.
Yeah.
And so I think either Rain is going to kill him, or maybe the Banco fused Zujin are going to, like, the Shugen has to sacrifice himself in order to kill the Zujin combination thing.
Right. I do see him going a little psycho.
Yes.
And fighting somebody like Gabimaru.
Yeah.
I really also liked that Shugen like dulled the crap out of his blade when he first got onto the island after that first battle, because we got his backstory about how it was like when he decapitates people, you should cut them ragged, or however he phrased it.
Yeah, basically should hack them up so that they feel all the pain as to why they deserve to die, or something along those lines. Yeah.
So yeah, he's trying to kill with maximum like torture.
And they do point it out again when he goes to sheathe his sword on like the last episode.
Oh yeah,
when he's fighting all of the last episode, when he's fighting all of the like henchmen in the start of the war,
mm-hmm.
They explicitly show his sword again as he's sheathing it, and you see all the jaggedness in his sword.
Yeah,
that one was really messed up.
Mm-hmm. Really just speculating for what's going to happen next. We're going to have those two big fights while the war goes on in the background.
Yep.
And then ultimately deal with...
So to just to kind of go with our main characters, I think Gabimaru is going to get attacked by all of the ninjas. And so that's what's going to slow him down until the very end of like the rain fight. And then I think the Zujin fight is going to kind of suck in everybody else.
I agree. That's exactly what I was going to go with too. Because like you were saying earlier, girl Gabimaru is going after purple-haired Rain.
Yep.
Waiting for our Gabimaru to show up. So it's going to be the two ninjas fighting Rain.
Two ninjas?
Both Gabimarus.
Oh, okay. Okay. One more thing. I think Saguri and Mei are also going to be in that.
Okay, I can see that.
But then, yeah, everybody else is going to be outside.
That's what I would expect as well.
Gabi, I feel like I get a lot of remnants of, from Spy Family. What's her name?
Oh,
Frost?
Frost, yeah.
Yes, like just obsessed with the...
Oh, yeah, definitely. You can definitely make that comparison. She's definitely, like, she was even flustered in that one scene that we saw her when she was talking about how much she appreciated Gabimaru.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely don't think that she'll attack him in any way. She's definitely there to help him.
Okay, interesting.
Which we can say, do you think she's going to make it out alive?
No. I think she's going to sacrifice herself for Gabimaru.
I can see that too.
And that would be, I think, okay, it's just a kind of if we're going to get a happy ending, who of our characters do you think is going to get away?
Right now, I kind of hope everybody. I don't see...
I have a feeling not everybody's going to get away.
Not everybody?
They do make mention you need at least 5 people to for the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go with, we'll say 5 to 6 people are going to survive.
Okay, so Gabimaru and
Okay.
Sagari,
Okay.
Shion,
Okay.
Nurugai.
Okay. That's 4.
I'm also going to say Mei, but I'm not going to count her towards the 5 that needs to go. So she can be my future 6th.
No. That she counts. So 6. So she's 5 of 6. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
I feel like Fuchi's going to make it too.
Okay. So that is 6. Do you have any gut feelings about anybody else making it?
Because then I'm looking at the Bandit brothers, Chobe and Toma.
Okay. Do you think they're going to make it?
I kind of want to say both of them are going to make it.
So you think 8.
So I think 8. Gentetsusai, I can see him dying.
Okay.
Yuzuriha, she's tough. They brought her back already, so it would be hard to let her go.
True.
Man, I can't see too many people dying here.
You don't think that? Well, I mean, you got all of the Asuman that we've met, like all of the new ones.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying they're gonna die. You're saying basically none of the main characters main group besides Gentetsu-sai is gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
Or is not gonna die, excuse me. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to narrow down our main crew. Who are you thinking?
I guess, did I say you can't pick more than 6? I don't think I said you had to pick a minimum of 5.
Minimum of 5, yeah.
Okay, so you just think everybody's gonna survive.
Maybe
Okay.
basically everybody but Gentetsusai.
Okay.
It's hard to see otherwise.
Okay, so I do think Gabimaru, Sagari, Mei are all going to survive. I do think Yuzuriha is going to survive. And then I think Narugai, I got it right this time.
Yep.
Shion, which is technically 6. I don't think the Bandit brothers are going to leave. I think they're going to stay on the island.
Okay.
If they survive, I think they're staying, which I don't know how they're going to eat, but Chube doesn't need to. I don't think he needs to eat at this point.
Well, he was eating the monsters.
Yes.
Because when he fell after Gabimaru's fight, he made the comment like, you guys taste disgusting or something like that.
Yes, but that was before he transformed. So I think at this point, I don't think he needs to eat anything. And then Toma, obviously going to stay. I think Tetsusai is going to die. I think he's going to die. I think Fuchi is going to stay so that he can study the creatures on the island.
Sure.
And because he knows the way out, that's not going to be an issue. Yeah, so I think those 6 are going to live. And then female, or Gavi, I think she's going to die.
Yeah.
And Shugin, I think, is going to die. I could see some of the Asuman that just got here surviving. But as far as like our main crew, I think only 6 of the 10 are going to either get off the island or survive.
Okay. I like that. I didn't even consider staying behind.
Yeah.
So I like your thought process.
Of the people, I could really see Fuchi staying.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be the one to stay.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And then Gifa, G-U-I?
I'd go with Gui. I don't
I don't-
perfectly remember what they said exactly in the anime, but
Yes. What, if anything, do you think is going to happen to Gifa?
my first thought is he's going to stay out of everything, and I think he's just going to be in the background. He'll survive.
Okay. And then plot his revenge against the world.
I kind of just think he's going to like let bygones be bygones. He's going to let things happen the way they fall.
Yep.
And if after the Tencent fail, I think he's just going to just be there. Like
Just
essentially
exist.
just exist, live
Okay.
peacefully
Okay.
on the island or something.
Interesting. Okay.
What do you think?
Because of,
Say what you're going to say.
I was going to say, because of the personality of the individual, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like kind of a pacifist is more of the, I'm going to do whatever I'm told. Don't care. If you tell me to fight, I'm going to fight, but I don't want to. And I'd rather not fight if I didn't need to. So I feel like Rain is going to tell him to leave, and that's going to be the end of it. And we're just going to kind of, as I had said earlier, going to get that whole plot to kill the world 1,000 years later or something like that.
Yeah.
So what was your epiphany that you had?
What if Guifa is the leader?
The Grandmaster?
Yeah.
I could see that. That'd be very interesting because we haven't actually seen the Grandmaster's face. That would be kind of crazy because Guifa is very good at Tao, and that would be nuts because then if he doesn't bring himself forward, he can basically just do it again, which would then in turn do exactly what we had said would be a very interesting ending. I like your thought. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yep. Well, I guess we just got to see.
Thank you for wrapping that in a very nice bow for me.
That, or he's going to get some petty death. Like he's just going to be there and like someone's going to quickly kill him, like chop his head off. And that was that, and he wasn't even anything special.
The Ulva. Come on, it's the Ulva. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. It's got to cut him across.
Yes.
The middle.
The only thing we haven't really talked about is the beginning half of the season. It was fine. It was just a good builder into the really exciting part of the season. We did get Hoko, the tree, the father figure. He sacrificed himself. It was very touching. Beyond that, the whole first handful of episodes, they were fun, but it was all building. That's really all it was.
It was Gabimaru getting his memories back, and then fighting Chobei, and then everybody's getting separated / brought together.
Yep.
Depending on who you're talking to. And then
them explaining how Tao works. Yeah. Craziest part. How long do you think they've been on the island?
I'm going to say like a week. Because they didn't make that comment that they're sending the second crew of Asaman and the ninjas because they haven't heard from anybody in 2 days. So that's what's making me think that like this is relatively quick.
They've only been on the island for like 12 hours.
For 12 hours?
Yeah, they've only been... So they beached on the island during the day. They are at the first night into the first day, into the second day.
This is all still on the first day?
This has all happened in one day. Yes. But it took them like 2 days to get on. You have to remember the ninja clan is essentially like goading the Asaman or the shogunate into going with their plan to kill Gabimaru. So that's why they believe it's been so much longer. It's because essentially the ninjas are manipulating everything behind the scenes.
Sure. It just makes me wonder because I feel like in season 1, when they got to Hoko's house, they stayed there for like a full night. You know what? Yeah, we're on day 2. You're right. Because they stayed there for the night, and then basically from the moment, the next day is when Gabimaru and them, they do their fight, and then it's still the same day from the moment Gabimaru lost his memories to them infiltrating but basically Gabimaru hasn't taken a rest since they got on the island. Yeah, because that first night he went out alone. Yep. And then his only rest was when Gentetsusai knocked him out after the Chobei fight. So yes, not much rest there. Yes. And of course, they make mention night is the best time, which, yeah. So, all in all, what did you think of season 2? Season 2 is fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Definitely appreciated it more on my second watch because, I was able to retain so much more information. Solid 8 for sure. Okay. Very nice. But I think it definitely earns like an 8.5 just because everything was just great storytelling. Everything was deep. Like I said, a second watch through was worth it. Let's just go 8.5. What are you thinking? Okay. I'll say a good 8. This is a very absolutely highly recommend if you like fighting, if you like good storytelling. This does a lot of what you want. This is probably one of the better season 2s out there. Oh, for sure. It's very good. I guess you could kind of complain about the pacing in the first part of the season. I was just about to say, pacing might turn some people off because you go from these people who are clearly like strong and awesome. Yep. But then how fast they come into realizing their Tao and how fast they can just use things. But almost all of them have quick. My argument against that is like Gabimaru, he essentially was using Tao the entire time. Anyway. Yeah, he's automatically perfect.
Sagari was using Tau. Yuzuriha was using Tau. Shion was using Tau. They just didn't know it was Tau.
Right. I guess the next biggest jab is just Chobe. Of course, he's the one who is the quickest to adapt to everything, and they said that multiple times.
Yep.
But he's the one that evolved the fastest.
Yes.
And might be a little hard to, really accept.
Yep.
But it's just...
It's what you get for sacrificing yourself, right?
It's his nature, yeah.
Yeah, it's his reward for being so willing to sacrifice himself for his brother.
Right.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Basically, he gets a boost for being willing to die for Toma.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with that. Because we see the more you're willing to push yourself to essentially death or sacrifice yourself, the greater the reward. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, Tetsusai rips off his eye so that he can see Tau, and he's able to see Tau, really be able to see Tau. And yeah.
There's sacrifice to the reward, so yeah.
Yeah.
Once you talk through it, it all makes more sense.
Yep. Absolutely. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Highly recommend.
Agreed.
Okay. Then let's get into our last segment, which is the Pokemon quiz. Hopefully, all these Pokemon cards that are sitting around me will feed me good luck in getting some answers correct. Lance really thought about this, so I'm probably super screwed. He's laughing. I'm so fucked.
Yeah. I tried something a little bit different with one of these questions, but we'll see.
Okay.
We're going to go with Generation 1 questions, and with the theme of Gabimaru, I'm going with fire questions today. So, Question number 1, what typing is Moltres?
It's going to be stupid, but I'm going to say flying and fire, but it's going to be stupid, and Moltres is just flying. But I'm going to locking in fire flying.
Okay. Correct answer is fire flying.
Okay. Because it's stupid because all of the legendary birds were weak against fire in Gen 1, right?
Electric types.
Yeah.
Except Zapdos because he was electric.
Yes, but
which makes it normal to him.
Yes. Yeah, but Articuno and Moltres were weak against electric, and you're like, but that's stupid. Why did we do this?
Yeah. Yeah, so Zapdos was clearly the better of the three when it comes to those three fighting.
No, it's definitely Moltres, but that's fine.
Moltres is cool, yeah. All right, question number 2. True or false? In the anime,
fucked.
Brock buys his Vulpix through the Celadon City game corner.
False.
Sticking with that one?
Yes.
All right. Correct answer is false.
Yeah, he gets it given by, I don't remember what her name is, but a pretty girl gives it to him.
Yeah. So yeah, it was given to him by Susie.
Yeah, that's my kids are my youngest. He's been willing to watch Pokemon, so I do remember that part.
Hey, so you're pretty relevant.
Yes.
And then he does end up giving Vulpix back to Susie in the Gold and Silver seasons. Okay. So he doesn't keep it forever.
I have yet to get through the Johto.
Okay.
So the original series.
Good job. Question number 3. What level does Ponyta evolve?
I'm going to guess 24.
Higher.
33.
Higher.
40. We'll go 40.
Hey, okay. 40 was the correct answer.
Oh, hey, there we go. I was like, I forget you don't get any fire Pokemon until like the end of the game.
Yeah. Unless you take on your Flareon.
Yep.
Or start with Charmander.
Yep.
You're pretty screwed when it comes to fire typing.
Correct.
Because, yeah, you can get the Vulpix and Growlithe, but they're not too reliable, and you do get them kind of mid-game.
You get them after Lieutenant Surge, which you don't even go to Lieutenant Surge until, what, 4? I think it's
he's
badge
3.
4. Oh, he's badge... Okay.
Celadon is badge 4, so that is about halfway through the game.
Yep.
Or at least, gym badges-wise.
Yes.
Because I think the second half of the game definitely takes longer than the first half because you have to go through all the Team Rocket stuff and there's more side stuff to do.
That and you have to grind in order to be able to get through the Elite Four. And, oh man, what's the... I just think of it as the Elite Four Cave, but it's got a better name. Victory Tower Cave?
Victory Road?
Victory Road Cave. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely spent a lot of time in there fighting Rhydons and stuff. And
Rhydons and Gravelers and super annoying. Onyxes. No Onyxes. No.
Yeah, I don't think Onyx was in there.
I think it was just Rhydon and Gravelers.
For the most part, yeah.
That would self-destruct all the time.
Yep.
It's super annoying.
But yeah, that's going to be my Pokemon quiz for today. You did a pretty good job by yourself.
Woo! Ooh, good job, me. Well, that was a lot of fun. Looking forward to what we're covering next, which if you want to know, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We go live every Sunday at 9:30 Central Time. If you subscribe, you'll get a notification that says we're going live. If you ever forget, we have a good time. We rip a lot of Pokemon cards, and we just talk everything and anything nerdy. It doesn't necessarily have to be anime, but we watch so much on the sides. It gives us the opportunity to talk to each other about Pokemon, not just Pokemon, but everything else that we're doing on the side.
Yeah, there's a lot of anime. We'll say this multiple times. This current season that we're watching / finishing up, last season, so much anime out there to talk about, and we can't do that on just our podcast alone. So we got another outlet for that.
Yes, absolutely. And for all things podcast, make sure to subscribe to us wherever you listen to this, and drop a like, leave a comment. Did you enjoy season 2 of Hell's Paradise as much as we did?
See you later, guys.